All right, we're gonna start scooping our seeds out first, getting those out there. It's a little warm still, but get our seeds out. And of course you can eat these seeds like you would a pumpkin seed, any squash seed, or grow some spaghetti squash. You take them raw though, you don't want to cook them first. And get those seeds out in our pulp, okay? And then next is we'll start taking our fork or spoon and breaking it out just like this. Just pulling out our lovely pulp like that, and we get our spaghetti out of there. See there? Nice. And we're gonna keep putting that onto a side and get as much as we can out of it. It's really good when it strings out like that. If you overcook it, it's gonna be mushy. So you'd rather do a little bit undercooking than overcooking so that it's not mushy, so you get your great spaghetti fibers right out of that. All right, we're gonna start scooping our seeds out first, getting those out there. It's a little warm still, but get our seeds out. And of course you can eat these seeds like you would a pumpkin seed, any squash seed, or grow some spaghetti squash. You take them raw though, you don't want to cook them first. And get those seeds out in our pulp, okay? And then next is we'll start taking our fork or spoon and breaking it out just like this. Just pulling out our lovely pulp like that, and we get our spaghetti out of there. See there? Nice. And we're gonna keep putting that onto a side and get as much as we can out of it. It's really good when it strings out like that. If you overcook it, it's gonna be mushy. So you'd rather do a little bit undercooking than overcooking so that it's not mushy, so you get your great spaghetti fibers right out of that. Good amount of pulp there from just that. That's a medium-sized spaghetti squash. So that's like at least 4 or 5 to 6 portions, side portions. All right, now we're gonna cut up our peppers and also herbs and garlic. So you use one bell pepper. You can use a green or a red bell pepper. I cut it in half. Then you're gonna take your seeds out this way and take your seeds out that way. There you go. And then you're gonna cut them in quarters. I like going in half. That's the way I like to do bell peppers. And you can cut them from the outside to cut thin strips. We're gonna cut thin strips, right? And then we're gonna cut those in half. Or you can also cut from the inside. Take your little, some of your white ribbing off of there, and then you're gonna cut from the I always think it's easier to cut from the inside than from the outside, and get all those ribs out there and get this nice and thin strips. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut those strips in half. So you're gonna cut those strips in half, there you go. So they'll be ready to go. And a little bit of white on there, it's fine on your pepper. You're gonna be good. That's gonna go off to the side. We're also gonna be doing we're gonna be doing some basil. I have some purple basil that I got from my garden, but you can also use green basil. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna stack them up. I got some green and I got some purple basil from my garden. Stack those up like that, do a little bit of rolling, just like that. It's hard to see on a black cutting board, but there we go. And we're gonna roll them, and we're gonna cut a nice thin chiffonade cuts out of our purple basil. Green basil will work, whatever you have. Can't always get the purple basil, that's for sure. And it's all the end of summer, so I've been having them coming from the garden, and there's a little bit of green basil left over. I take the little stems off the end, and then I roll it up real quick, tight like there, and then we're gonna slice really thin slices to get our chiffonade cut. We also have garlic. We're gonna be using some garlic. Put that basil off to the side. Don't need the stems. We also have garlic. And a couple cloves of garlic. We're gonna do like a kind of a rough chop on them. Just slice down. You don't have to smash it. Just slice down this way. Keep your thumb out of the way, and then we'll do a little rough chop on them, and we're good to go. You could actually just do thin slices for this recipe, but I like to do a little rough chop on here, and we're fine. Sometimes I do smash garlic, but in this case, we're doing a nice kind of not a super fine mince, but just back and forth like that. And we have our garlic ready to go, and we're gonna add that to the rest of the stuff. Also gonna have a teaspoon of powdered ginger. If you wanna use fresh ginger, you can. In this instance, I'm gonna use a little bit of powdered ginger here, and that's gonna be added. It's gonna be about a teaspoon we're gonna add to it when we start cooking, all right? All right, we're heating up a medium-sized saute pan. I'm using some grapeseed oil today. I'm using about 1-2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. You could use a light olive oil. I would not use an extra virgin for this. You could use a vegetable oil too, coconut oil, but this is grapeseed, about 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. I might need to add a little bit more, but we'll get that kind of hot before we start adding our peppers. All right, we're gonna add our green peppers first. Get those sizzling. Yes, we're gonna get those sizzling and get them a little soft. Stir those around for about 2 or 3 minutes, getting them soft. All right, we're gonna season these to the first layer, a little salt and pepper with our peppers. I'm turning it down to a medium heat. Next, we're gonna add our garlic to that and stir that around for 2 minutes on a medium heat. Don't burn the garlic. You're just letting this sweat down. You don't need a lot of caramelization with this. We're gonna add our spaghetti squash next. Oh, I spilt a little bit, I'm in trouble. And once again, it's on medium heat. Spread out your spaghetti squash. Nice and easy, medium heat. Spread that out. There you go. Make sure there's no seeds in there. I always make a mistake with that. And there we go. And some salt and pepper on that. And then also we're gonna add our powdered ginger. Or fresh chopped ginger, powdered ginger. There you go. Sprinkle that all around. And now you're gonna slightly move it around, nice and easy on a medium heat. If it seems like it's really, really dry, ladies and gentlemen, you can always add a little bit more oil to it. Just a little drizzle, but we're just doing like a light saute here. This is only gonna go about 5 minutes and we're gonna be done. Now I'm turning on the low heat. It's been 5 minutes. And you don't wanna overcook this. Just the spaghetti squash is getting soft. We're adding our basil to that. And at this point, just a little more salt and pepper. And that's gonna be it, it's done. Ready to go. After it's done, you can put it right on the plate basically. You can use this obviously, it's great as a side dish. And it does not take, obviously that took not long to cook at all. Once you've roasted off your spaghetti squash, you can serve it however you want, but a great side dish for any kind of protein you might have, or you want to keep it vegetarian, you can. And easy to heat up too as well, to reheat, really easy to reheat.